Admiral Zexathanor clutched the armrest of his command throne as the impossible readings flickered across his tactical display. The quantum barriers that had contained the primitive world of Earth for 3 centuries were failing. Not from external assault, but from within. Impossible, he hissed through his respiratory slits. The humans lack faster-than-light technology. They barely achieved fusion power before we sealed them away. His tactical officer, a nervous Cytherian with trembling antennae, approached with hesitation. "Admiral, the energy signatures. They're not using conventional FTL drives. It's something else entirely." 300 years ago, the Galactic Consortium had faced a troubling discovery. Earth's inhabitants, while technologically inferior, possessed an unsettling trait that had appeared nowhere else in the galaxy. They refused to surrender. Every other species, when faced with overwhelming odds, would negotiate, retreat, or submit. Humans fought until the very end, often achieving impossible victories through sheer determination and ingenuity. The consortium's solution had been elegant in its simplicity. Rather than risk a costly war with an unpredictable enemy, they had erected quantum isolation barriers around Earth's solar system. The humans would remain contained, free to develop within their cage, while the galaxy continued its orderly expansion without the chaos factor of human intervention. Now, as Admiral Zexathanor watched his instruments in growing alarm, he realized their mistake. The first breach appeared near Jupiter's orbit, a small tear in reality itself. Through it emerged not a ship, but a figure in what appeared to be an advanced spacesuit. The figure moved with impossible speed, somehow propelling itself through space without visible thrust mechanisms. "Analysis," Zexathanor demanded. "The entity appears to be a single human, Admiral, but the energy readings suggest personal equipment, more advanced than our most sophisticated vessels." More tiers began appearing throughout the system. Dozens, then hundreds of humans emerged, each one moving independently through space like living spacecraft. They carried tools and devices that defied conventional physics, manipulating gravity and quantum fields with casual expertise. Dr. Sarah Chen floated in the void between dimensions. Her consciousness expanded through the neural interface that connected her to Earth's quantum research network. Behind her, thousands of her colleagues spread across the solar system, each one a node in humanity's greatest achievement, the transcendence of traditional technology. The isolation had been humanity's greatest gift, though the aliens couldn't have known it. Cut off from galactic civilization, humans had been forced to innovate beyond conventional paths. While other species had relied on established technologies traded across the stars, humanity had explored the fundamental nature of reality itself. They had discovered that consciousness, when properly interfaced with quantum mechanics, could become a tool more powerful than any machine. The human brain, with its unique neural plasticity and pattern recognition capabilities, could actually manipulate quantum fields through focused thought and intention. 3 centuries of solitude, Sarah whispered into her comm unit, her voice reaching every human consciousness in the network. 3 centuries to become something new. Admiral Zexathanor watched in growing horror as the humans began their work. They didn't attack the barriers. They studied them. With terrifying efficiency, they mapped every quantum frequency, analyzed every containment protocol, and reverse-engineered 3 centuries of consortium technology in mere hours. "They're not breaking the barriers," his tactical officer reported, voice filled with dread. "They're learning to control them." The revelation struck Zexathanor like a physical blow. The barriers weren't just prison walls. They were the galaxy's primary defense system. Every major trade route, every strategic choke point, every protected world relied on the same quantum isolation technology that had contained Earth, and now the humans understood it completely. Dr. Chen smiled as the last protocols fell into place. The quantum barriers weren't just around Earth. They formed an interconnected network spanning the entire galaxy. The consortium had built the ultimate highway system and then handed humanity the master key. "Open the gates," she commanded. Across the galaxy, every major quantum barrier began to shift. Not fail, shift. The humans weren't destroying the network, they were reprogramming it. Trade routes redirected toward Earth. Protected worlds found their defenses answering to human authority. The entire infrastructure of galactic civilization suddenly responded to commands from a species that wasn't supposed to exist beyond their solar prison. Admiral Zexa Thanor's flagship shuddered as its own quantum drives fell under external control. Throughout his fleet, weapons powered down and navigation systems began plotting courses toward Earth. "Admiral," came a voice through the comm system, a human voice speaking perfect galactic standard. "This is Dr. Sarah Chen of the Human Quantum Collective. We've been waiting quite a long time to meet our neighbors." The Admiral's mandibles clicked in nervous agitation. "What do you want?" "What we've always wanted," Sarah replied, her voice carrying an undertone of amusement. "To explore, to learn, to grow. You tried to cage us, but instead you gave us time to become something greater. Now we hold the keys to every door in the galaxy." "You could destroy us," Zexa Thanor whispered. "We could," Sarah agreed. "But destruction has never been our goal. We want to join the galactic community as equals. The barriers stay open. Trade flows freely, and humanity takes its place among the stars." As the Admiral's ship began its involuntary journey toward Earth, he realized the terrible irony of their situation. The consortium had tried to contain humanity's chaos, but they had only concentrated it, refined it, and turned it into something far more powerful. They had tried to isolate Earth. Now humanity held the keys to every gate in the galaxy, and the age of human expansion was about to begin. The universe would never be the same.